What up, world? It's your boy Big Biz, and we're here live today. And maybe y'all can help me out. I got a couple questions. Whatever happened to real hip hop? You know, the type that really made you, rock that tape to the tape pop? We're gonna try to address that today. All right, to my left we got my man Shawn October representing Brooklyn, better known as Crooklyn, New York City. Stand up. Right beside him we got my man Slick Worthington representing USF. Bulls Pirate Radio Invasion. Also, he's a prolific artist as well. Myself, of course, Big Business, representing Polk County. And to my right, we got RICO TV, representing Orlando. One of my questions is, you don't see a lot of groups nowadays, you know what I mean? So, do you think in the hip hop game right now, it's better to be a solo artist or to be part of a group?
My opinion to that question would be, it depends on the situation.
Okay.
To me, I'm part of a group, but I'm also a solo artist. It depends on the situation. I mean, music is music, and good music is good music. If you make good music by yourself or you make good music within a group, it depends on the situation. To me.
Right.
There's always a dynamic of coordinating schedules and egos and things from more than one individual.
It makes it more difficult.
So if you look at it from that standpoint, then obviously it's more difficult.
Yeah.
I guess it could be argued it's better by yourself if you're not wanting to deal with that.
More of the group concept, the WuTangs, the NWAs, the reason they were so powerful is because they let everybody eat, you know what I mean? It would be like one comes out with a solo album, the other one comes out with a solo album the following year, then they come out with an album together. And what it did was, it kept the good music flowing because you didn't feel the pressure just to put something out just because my name's not gonna be hot in the streets and nobody's gonna wanna put me on features and whatnot, so I gotta act now.
To me, I think the group concept has kind of evolved or moved from the traditional sense of this collective of people that work together all the time doing music,
right,
to the label formula where they're kind of a group loosely. It's a group of artists. They're all talented. They all have a specialty, and they kind of push it loosely as a group, but it's more of a record label and more of
That's a good point.
full entity, I think.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's more like you just like a powerhouse as a group,
like MMG or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. It's just so many of them, and it's
traditional
like feature with each other. It just keeps moving.
Right. There's not as many traditional organic duos like the two homeboys in high school, like Outkast.
Right.
Or like the trio of A Tribe Called Quest. There's not the traditional sense of a group as much. Like I said, I think it kind of morphed into something different.
And I think that's one point that I think is interesting. I think there was more unity in the music community at that point, because if you're gonna record 3 albums with a guy or a group of guys, you're gonna go through some ups and downs with these people, you know what I'm saying? And you're not just hopping ship based upon who's hot at the time. I mean, look at what's going on, Bing Bop music with, the beefs in between. Wale says one thing and then it's so much hate on the social media, and you're supposed to be on the same team.
But at the same time, you be on the same team, but you gotta understand, it's like being in a family. You don't get along with everybody in your family.
That's true.
So just because you're on the same team, I might not have the same opinion. They don't even make the same music.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? It's like Wale is an outcast on that label. When you listen to his lyrical content and you listen to everybody else that's signed to that label, to each his own.
It's not a big wonder why there's that disconnect there. Why he doesn't feel like he belongs and why they probably don't ride for him.
Yep.
That kind of leads me to my next question. Basically in the Tampa area, it's been a while since somebody's kind of broke nationwide like that. You know what I mean? That actually kind of put the city on the scene where people are actually looking to see what's next out of that city. It's obviously happening in Atlanta. It's obviously happening in Miami. And these are places that are right around this area, and we got the talent here. Why do you think that is?
It's hard to say, but you want to put yourself out first because it's hard to get everybody on board first, and be able to help everybody at the same time.
I started in a group, you know what I mean? So I thought personally it's easier to do something as a group with multiple people going towards the same goal than me just out here by myself. Obviously, you know, now I'm kind of in theory. And I found that out the hard way. You know what I mean? I guess you have to have people who have the same focus, and that's very difficult to get people on board with. But you know, I don't think that Tampa is properly utilizing the talent that's in this area.
What I tend to look at is you got from Atlanta to Miami. I feel like Tampa gets overlooked. Like they jump from Atlanta to Miami. But you gotta pass Tampa. It's talent. There's a lot of talent here.
I agree.
There's a lot of talent here.
Right.
And they just usually it's a flight from Atlanta to Miami. That's it. You know.
Right.
So I don't know if we get overlooked because we're on the west side of Florida. I don't know what that is, but it's a lot of talented. There's a lot of people here doing everything. Whatever type of hip hop you like, whatever type of music you like,
Right.
is here.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't know why it's not taking off here.
Maybe it's not a question of the talent or amount of talent, but maybe what individuals in this market do with the talent or the opportunities presented to them. Maybe like maybe the argument is not the talent. I think we all agree there's talent here.
Yeah.
You know, whether in all forms, whether it's the traditional Tampa juke or street music or East Coast sound and stuff, you know, we have everything right in this city.
No doubt.
And I think we have all the resources even beyond the music part. We've got the videographers, the Miko Whites, and these talented people behind the lens. You know, we got the promo teams, we've got the blogs out here.
And the studios, you know.
We've got the fashion world colliding every day more and more with the hip hop or with the music scene and the art. You know, so I think, and I think nationally there's more eyes than ever on our market. I think it's something like in the top 20 markets nationally.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you on that.
Right.
It's just to reiterate the question, why hasn't anybody blown in a while for me? That's beats me.
Yeah, I think, and that's, you know, that's kind of why, you know, we're kind of meeting, because I really want, you know, people, industry tastemakers from the Tampa, you know, even the Orlando, you know what I'm saying? Because most times when major artists stop in Tampa, they're going to stop in Orlando. Or if they stop in Orlando, they're going to stop in Tampa, you know, because if I see a meal here, I'm not going to just go back to Atlanta or go back to New York. You know, I'm going to try to take advantage of this major market opportunity. And I just think I want to see more mobilization of the talent that's really here. You know, I mean, I could go down a list of names, you know what I mean, but it would be too lengthy. People who have been doing it and really have a true love for hip hop, but just, they're either doing it, like you said, you know, by themselves or with a select group of people. And
I think it's more also like they have the power, but they just don't want to do anything because they got to get paid for it. And that's where the system comes in, where I've been getting paid for it, now I'm not going to do anything unless I'm getting paid for it.
Right.
But if they take that to the side and actually do something out of their own, then the city could blow up even bigger.
Right.
And that's within any city. You know?
Right.
But if you just take a little time, you know, give a little back and help the artists, then we'll have a better chance to kind of get the artist seen.
Right, that's a good point. Hopefully that happens more in the future. You know, that's really what needs to be happening with hip hop here in Tampa. That's really the goal.
I think it goes back to working together, but not just working together and collaborating with other artists, but I think if I recognize and can put my own ego aside and my own goals as a musician, if I recognize that in my city you may be ahead of me, you're the next one. Like we all can sense it. You know when somebody's built a buzz. If I know that you're right on the cusp, then why don't I get behind you and help push you to get there? And who knows what may, you know, whether it benefits me directly or not.
Right.
But I think more opportunities would happen and things take off. I think that happens more in those other cities that we talk about.
I agree.
Houston and Atlanta.
Right.
Yeah, there's still a lot of jealousy and a lot of competition, but I think they recognize who that next guy is, and they all kind of give that push.
Yeah. It's just being there and saying, hey, I'm
And
gonna be there, I'll bring
recognizing
my
that if
family.
we all do it together, we all come up together. You know,
Yeah.
I think that's the hardest part is stepping out of your celebrity or your own.
Yeah, you're out of your ego.
Saying, oh, that
You
show's
know.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you know that Prophet has put in the 10 years work in Tampa,
Right.
you know, and should be further along visibly than he is,
Right.
then why not help him get there? And who knows, maybe he'll reach back and help you.
Yeah, even if just an Instagram picture or Facebook picture, you help
Yeah.
somebody else.
Absolutely.
Right.
Just as simple as that. You know,
Yeah.
you're at an event, take a picture. Oh, now everybody knows you're at that event.
Absolutely.
And these
Yeah.
cities and markets we talked about that have blown up or come up,
Mhm.
a lot of that was before the social media era. So we have more tools, we have more plugins and ways to push our city or
Right.
whatever it is we choose to push
Yeah.
than they did before.
My thing is, I don't mind being Ray Allen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, would LeBron have got that ring if he didn't hit that shot? He wasn't hitting a lot of shots before that, but hey, if you can push that person to that next level by just doing one thing, why not do it? You know what I mean? Why not do it? Because at the end, they represent your city. You know? That's what's up.